And I want to try this Dice Factory non-Tron build. I thought this was going to end up being a Tron variant, and then I ended up feeling like I wanted to play Eldrazi Temple Urza Saga more than squishing. Like not only do you not get to play these cards very easily in a Tron version, but you kind of have to play like Expedition map over at Mox Opal. And Mox Opal is really good with the Dice Factory stuff. Good with Ugin, good with Fleshraker. Oh wait, so this is 16 cards? Oh, I meant to cut this Gemstone Caverns. I'm just kind of off of it. All right. And I'm playing one Expedition map. Okay, just make sure. Obviously with all these lists, just gotta do a once over. Yeah, I think I gotta keep this with the possible turn 1 Fleshraker if I find Mox Opal into Mystic Forge. Best hit's probably Ugin's Lab though, so I can just go turn 1, Lab, Chalice on 1. Exiling 2 Karns is kind of interesting. Opponent's revealed Kihira here. I could theoretically kill next turn if my Mystic Forge is kind enough to me, which is pretty fun. King of Limbs, the 45. Thank you, welcome back. So if my opponent Prismatic Endings my Chalice, I can go Fleshraker, Flow to Colorless into Chalice Cornucopia, but I'll be 1 mana short of casting the Mystic Forge. They graveyard an Orim's Chant. This is my first Dice Factory deck to play Ugin's Lab. I don't believe so, no. You can look at the Mox field if you want to double check, of course. Okay, it seems like they thought about using the Orim's Chant there. King Lambo, thank you for the 5-pack. Got a gifted set from Lambo, make sure to thank them. Happy turn 2, gamers. And happy birthday to you too, King Lambo. Okay, sad to exile Ugin, but I think I'm going to be kind of greedy here, and greed, as it turns out, is good. Plan to play Otherless later. Yeah, we're going to go kind of long today. I'm not sure how long. Sometimes, like, because like this is so off schedule for my usual stream, I don't want to do too much because it just throws off my whole routine. But I did get my exercise in earlier today. Okay, we can cast that by moving a Everflowing Chalice counter over onto a different Everflowing Chalice. So remove a counter. We could have a turn 2 kill. We're gonna really need like to have a 0 or a 1 drop on top. Okay, unlucky. Your turn. I yield. I pass the floor. How playable think Birthing Pod would be if unbanned? It'd be kind of fringe playable, I think. I think it would not be a top in a tier 1 deck immediately, in my opinion. I don't think it would make Yogg tier 1. And I think the Kiki builds would be bad. Please don't play an R set. Okay. I like that we can win in response to an Orim's Chant here. Can you play the Dragonstorm deck after? I haven't built my Aversion yet, but I would kind of like to. Unlucky. Maybe we should have floated red mana to throw them off. Another Mox Opal. Okay, my one regret is I'm going to kill them without casting this Ugin. How are we going to playtest if they're just dead? How does their deck win if they don't draw a Dragonstorm? Did they play anything to improve consistency? They had Bitter Reunion and Faithless Suiting at the very least. In theory, like, you're going to be able to churn through your deck with those cantrips. You can play 3 dragons and then 1 wish for a dragon, or 4 wishes, so that's basically 7 dragons. Although some of them cost, let's say, 2 more if you want to like think that you're going to have a Ruby or a Ral in pretty consistently. Thanks, Plane Shift. Yeah, I think this one's pretty sweet. Initially I thought this would be a Tron build, but I think this ended up being better. Last time I died to a murderous red crap. I think I died to one in a cube draft like 4 or 5 years ago at my friend Matthew's house. I may be misremembering. Common Surveillance could be better than Vault and Fair. So Vault and Fair are largely in this deck so that if you are popping off, but you don't have any payoff in your hand, you can go, but you have a lot of mana because this deck makes a lot of mana. You can go map map off Urza Saga and get either Vault or Fair to win you the game. That's what it's here for. I'm gonna keep this hand. It's kind of weird, but we get really improved by a lot of draw steps, and we also have turn 1 Power Conduit, and then we can go turn 2 get Urza Saga for the Power Conduit by cracking the map. Interesting. Do I like Geosurge in the Storm deck? It seems that Ironcrag Feet is better to me, but I could be missing something. It's turn 2. Opponent's got counter magic potentially up. Let's just get the Saga and play this turn. Need to not F6 because if they kill my Saga, I need to Power Conduit the counter. Might have like a Besiju. Ooh, Planar Genesis, cool. Could get Wrath Disguised here. That would be bad. Do you think Stormsail Sign is a mainstay or in Modern, or would it just be hype? I mean, I'll tell you what, y'all. A big part of this first day is like if you want my first impressions before we play, that video's already happened, but we just can't know yet. It is too early to know, and I'm hoping to make some well-informed opinions for you guys soon, but it's just too early for me. I can't give you a well-informed opinion after 2 hours. I think that Stormscale Scion is worth testing. It looked exciting. It looked promising from our opponent. It is too early to say if it's going to be a staying power in Modern. Why did Planar Genesis fall off? Was it Ring? This card has never seen a lot of play in Modern, to my knowledge. This Teferi? Is it Wrath Disguise? Looks like Wrath Disguise. Okay, so I could activate Fomori Vault. I'm going to discard this Ugin. I'm pretty far away from casting it. Nice little 4-for-1. I'd say that that's one big advantage to the Tron versions of this deck. You're a lot more resilient to cards like this. Okay, that was a fast pass back. Now, it does seem pretty likely that they have some counter magic in the hand the way they played earlier. And I'm a bit interested in getting max value out of my cards after getting 3 or 4-for-1. I haven't finished any Songcrafter Mage Brews yet. I think the first one will likely be a Taking Turns variant, but it's a bit early for me. Another one of these? Maybe it's a fairy?
Would you like some?
Yeah, that'd be great.
Here, let me get you.
Okay, great, thank you. They only have 4 cards in their hand. It's nice that them dealing with this construct's going to be maybe potentially rough. Yeah, I've seen the Omnath Orm's Chant turns deck. Seems okay. So if I make a construct and then get a Mox Opal, I'm a mana shy of casting a real spell this turn. I'm also a power short of killing this Teferi, I guess. So I think because I'm not killing the Teferi anyways, I'm just gonna do this, get Surge Node. They didn't cast Orim's Chant. You'd think that they would have done that already if they had one. And let's go for a Karn instead of a Mystic Forge. It's gonna get countered either way, but Karn, Needle, and Teferi seems like the better thing to go for. I don't know why they're replicating. So they got 3 cards left. So the Time Warp? Nexus of Fate, sick. I am probably going to go to game 3 in a second. Witness Wreck Death. They might just have Consign or like one Nexus in their deck. Not the craziest. We're going to Surge Node on the modern one drop tier list. I'd rather not say. If I speak, I'm in big trouble. I'll scoop to another Nexus, maybe. I don't really know what's happening here. Top 100? Probably. Yeah, I mean, easily. I don't want to do a whole list. I love Surge. Yeah, well, they put this trigger on the stack only 1 minute ago, I guess. All right, let's decide what to play next. Now, I feel like I should play a Steel Cutter deck. I've got this Izzet one that looks really nice. I think I'm going to do Izzet or Boros instead of one of the Prowess builds, even though one of the Prowess builds lets me test 2. I think I'm going to try this Boros one. It's really weird, but this is going to let me see the most Steel Cutters because I got the Stone Forges for them. I think about 1 Twin in the Dragonclaw deck. Wow, seems like it would do nothing. What do you think of Gonti's Machinations with Dreadhorde Arcanist? It seems like they have no synergy. Yeah, I really like Amulet and Cutter as like Mox Opal enablers in this shell. I want to Ocelot Pride copy Steel Cutter tokens. Yeah, I also have this deck that... So, hopefully we can get to... Hopefully we can play this deck, and hopefully we can also play this one. Have we confirmed anything about Ugin? Ugin's fucking good, it seems. Besides that, I don't know. Yeah, I know that this list is very weird. We're not playing Flage, we're not playing a Johnny. I know it's weird. Let me cook a little bit. Obviously, like a lot of I should say this, like a lot of times these lists are they're trying to understand the new card more than necessarily maximize the list. Like this list, I'm trying to maximize the card more so than the deck list at first. Try to make it as powerful as possible, and so you can understand it a bit better, and then you can peel back and you can start tuning. Is what I like to do at first. And that's definitely what we've done here. Maybe a little less so in this Izzet build. You don't always take that approach. But yeah, I really so badly want to FOMO my Dragonclaw and get like a second turn of 2 counters, draw a card on the same turn, potentially turn 3. Although I guess having Delirium turn 3 and doing this could be tough. That's possible. Someone posted a Gonti's Dreadhorde list on Reddit yesterday. So you found my alt account, it seems. Also, being a Red and 6 Beseiju deck seems kind of cool right now. Yeah, I really like Dragonstorm. Obviously, Ugin's a little bit much. My opponent says work, 1 sec. I'm going to call your boss. Twin gives you a random other thing that comes with FOMO. Yeah, that's true. Doesn't have Ward 1, though. Let's see. Hopefully finish these pretty soon. Don't know if I'm gonna work on them tonight though. We got a lot of prepped. I also really want to start playing the Skimmer builds. I don't know if I want to start with the Shardless Agent build of Skimmer or the Green Sun build. And we might. I don't know if we're gonna get the Skimmer today either. And then we also like. I would like to play another Ugin deck tomorrow. We have like so many Ugin builds. Probably maybe the Ugin turn deck tomorrow. Oh no, my cantaloupe. Just gonna not eat that one. Everett O'Reilly with the 7 months. Every old woman I've ever met has always called me Everett. Oh, also, all right. So so to the Ugin Doomers, I'm kind of excited about this build. I'm kind of saving this. I'm kind of saving this for like when people start getting their Ugins and they start playing a lot of it, just having like the main deck Phantoms plus Hellkites and like a lot of flicker effects, I think is kind of cool. Okay, they did cast another Nexus. Let's just go to game 3 over here. Could not believe how long that took. So I'm going to wait on this a little bit, but I'm really excited about it. We're also splashing for Consign in the sideboard, and we're playing Molten Rains. So if this deck is bad against... I think the point where we can doom and gloom and freak out is when a deck like this ends up being bad against Eldrazi, which it might actually be. This is game 3. No, that was game 2. We're going to game 3. And then I'm also really excited for this one. Although, maybe we should play this deck next, because this deck is playing the highest quantity of new cards. But I really like the Boros. I like the Boros build more. We're going to play 11 new cards in this one. Yeah, I really like this Hellkite build, though. Like, you can Arena of Glory this. Just Arena of Glory, it seems so good. Yeah, I haven't built any Songcrafter decks, so I need to work on Winter Night Stories. That's probably going to be a Phoenix deck. New Abzan, which is definitely going to have the Thoughtseize card, which could also help against the big mana combo metagame. And then I need to do a Songcrafter deck, and I'm also working on... I'm working on, like, the Dragonologist control. This one's a bit weird. Unlikely to play it super soon. Probably not this week. Dude, opponent. Just fit it, go to work. Yeah, I haven't built around United Battlefront yet. We probably won't get to all, like, we probably will not get to play 3 more leagues today if all of our opponents are playing at work, but that's okay. Got any thoughts on Corey Cutter? Well, you can find my YouTube video. You can find 4 decks posted in Moxfield, but I haven't cast the card yet or seen it in play. Well, I saw him playing Standard on Dingo stream. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna build United Battlefront this week. Probably, as maybe next week I'll start working on it. Druvmeister with the Twitch Prime. Thank you so much. This is a really exciting one. What about Gonti's Machinations plus Unstable Amulet? I don't really think much about Gonti's Machinations, unfortunately. Isn't it just like a Lightning Helix? That like energy generator with Amulet. It's kind of cute. It's a lot of work for Phyrexian Arena. I need to do a Nature's Rhythm, Asmodec. Okay, opponent. I don't think my opponent's back though. Like, yeah, they're just at work here still. Is Affinity a good match against Eldrazi? Yeah, Affinity is probably solid against Eldrazi, especially if you lean into a more colorless build. I really like this card. The next deck I build, I think, will be Severance Priest. Just the fact that a green sunnable Thoughtseize effect seems so fun to me. No, I've not played the Ashiki deck yet. They wouldn't have another Wrath Disguise, I think. If they don't have it turn 2, I think we can cast the Ugin. Will you play the new Rhino at all? Possibly. The new Rhino's like super fun. You know, the new Rhino looks super fun, but not particularly good. Did we brew up with the Flamehole Grappler deck? Yeah. Again, I did something different this time. I have 14 new decks posted in the Moxfield. Thank you, Moxfield, for sponsoring the channel. We love you. Yeah, I will just lose to Wrath Disguise on turn 2. It's fine. If they want a 5-for-1, I can move on. Why didn't we play another node? I meant to play another node. Sorry about that. This game kind of doesn't matter, I think, where it just seems like, do I get to resolve this Ugin on turn 3? I'm going to win. Do they have Wrath Disguise? I'm going to lose. They surveilled Nexus of Fate there. Any thoughts to wizards with trainer and archaeologist both being wizards? Yeah, maybe you could splash red. Seems like I need a little bit of a plan B should this Ugin not resolve. Chant. Okay. It's kind of weird. Obviously, like, oh, okay. Sorry, I thought I clicked through this. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna get Eldrazi Temple for the K command, make a construct, and pass. Maybe casting a K command in response to Wrath was gonna be better though. In the Boros list, the Pendings not being damage-based removal makes the Johnny's worse, or Pendings necessary evil. I mean, I just think they're going to be good in the new metagame, but it's a bit early to say what's going to happen. Cosmic Rebirth, a Misty Rainforest. Didn't attack. Did they not kick the Orms chant? Oh, sorry. I thought they had kicked it. I guess not. Thought they had kicked it. Okay. Sorry about that. Definitely always losing some amount of focus in these kind of games where my opponents just like leave for 5 minutes. It's like my focus goes crazy. All right, doesn't seem like they have anything. I'm gonna cast this Ugin. And then now all of a sudden we don't care that much if they Wrath Disguise. Should I cast the Fleshraker this turn? Seems like I should probably be waiting a turn on it. I wonder if a strategy against Ugin is kicking Orm's Chant in response to the ultimate, or just casting Orm's Chant in response to the ultimate. Kind of counters it. It's kind of funny. All right, gain 2 life, draw a card. My opponent's going to be very dead if this Fleshraker resolves, and I can just cast the K command. What do you think about Steel Cutter, Arcanist, and all your favorite 1-mana instant sorceries are 2 spells for Cutter? Could be something. I think Cutter's really cool and good, and we've had some success with Arcanist post MH3, so we can look at it. They could let the ultimate resolve, then cast Chant after you cast one thing. Well, why would they want to let me cast a thing? Oh, because they would want me to exile like my whole deck, basically. It's kind of interesting. So I guess I should have cast this first. So I guess -1 damage. We wouldn't want to interrupt their workday too much. K command equals W. Well, they do sure have 4 mana up, so we're not going to main phase this K command. If only didn't miss 6 damage. Yeah. I just thought they kicked it. I think we're gonna win this game. I don't really know how they're gonna get out of this, but it's possible. The fact that they have no energy in the pool makes me feel pretty comfy. Okay. This is so much better for content. Like before the Daybreak Games accounts, like I'd be out here freaking hustling for the new cards. It was just very hectic and not very fun. And I'm very happy that they have these accounts now. I think I play Saga turn 1. Could get punished for this. from a poll was like, is it ethical to hold game 2 lethal so long as it's possible to have better odds game 3 to timeout? I see. It's a question for sure. One of the questions of all time. What did they rumble into? They rumbled into 2 more rumbles and a Chrysalis, and they took the Chrysalis, which they can't cast right now. They could kick a Mycospawn. Instead, they play a Karn, the Great Creator. Are the Daybreak accounts usable in high-level tournaments? No, and you also don't get any prizes from the accounts that you can keep. Yes, we have the 4 of the new Ugin in the list here. Probably gonna grab a Surge node here. Then obviously we're gonna main phase this K command. So we get 4 spawns, counting the Fleshraker spawn token. Too bad I can't plus on the Karn to attack, on the Surge node to kill the Karn, because this will have Summoning Sickness. So I can go Fleshraker 2 spawns, and then I can go Eldrazi Expedition Map, and I'll have 3 after that. So I think I'm just keeping this. And then they're going to go down to 14 and then down. Oh, so I guess I don't need to cast this right now. So if you can't keep the prize, it's kind of fair that you guys have such a consecration, no profit. I think so. If you disagree, this could be a good way to get a YouTube video with a bunch of clicks. I feel like it's a better environment. It's a better ecosystem. It's, I don't know. It is what it is. So if they have a K return here, we're going to be in bad shape, I think. Hopefully this is just the Chrysalis, although they're playing this pretty fast for someone who isn't just going to K return me. All right, game 2. Keep the show moving here. Much better than you trying to wrangle new cards live on stream. Yeah, it's such a pain. Oh, so I thought I conceded. It takes hours and costs hundreds of dollars that like you just never really recoup on usually. Kodiak with the 26 months. Thank you. Welcome back. But instead, this time I got to go on a hike this morning. I got to try a new veggie burger and it was great. And now I got to just leisurely go into the stream right as it released. I'm going to keep this on the back of Devourer of Destiny. Also, we have a Power Conduit Saga, which can be pretty powerful. Get to keep your Saga around. Unfortunately, I find no land or mana battery. Any of those would have been keepable. I guess maybe a mana battery, not quite. But we can say no to Devourer's ability. Can tell Watsy it's not fair. Ugin has 2 playable cards, but bonus is 0. I'll see what I can do. Thank you, 5th card from Devourer of Destiny. Holy guacamole. Don't think it was better to try to play Power Conduit and keep it around. Could have maybe been. It would have been if they have another K return here. Looks like they don't, thankfully. They rumble into Sanctum Talisman Stomping Ground. I'm not against the idea of the account. Seems like a slight advantage in playtesting abilities. Yeah, I think it is. At the very least, for I mean, I'm just usually not even playtesting. I'm for like tournaments. I'm just making stuff for you guys, but not everybody engages in this way, I guess. Okay, so what are we getting here? We're gonna be casting a K command. I think we get a Surge node, and then the Power Conduit is kind of 0 mana here, where it gives me a mana back from the Fleshraker, and then it lets me tap the Mox Opal. And then if I end up finding a mana battery, it's going to pay off. So we're going to make 3 spawn tokens here. Wait, why is it X equals... Oh, sorry. Yeah, 3 with the Fleshraker. Mana battery is the #1 priority, and there we do find one, thankfully. So ping them, and then we get to go Cornucopia. So we're gonna have 5 mana with the Power Conduit here, which is unfortunately going to be a little short of casting an Ugin right now. But I am going to get to Karn and Coating. Also fun, you can get stuff you exile with Devourer. But it's also at 11 life. Make that 9. Go to game 3. Very clutch 5th card off Devour, where we almost didn't have a game there. This hand looks pretty good to me. All right, they're leading on a Temple. They also kept 7. No Devour from them. Not sure what I'm looking for. Don't really know how I can say no to a 2nd K command. Trying to find a reason. Like, taking the Temple is kind of nice. The card's pretty broken. They rumble into Talisman, Devour, Lab, Karn. They quickly choose Karn. Makes sense. That card's pretty good against me. Thankfully, I have a hand that isn't like super weak to a Karn this time. Oh my gosh, I almost put that back into my hand. Okay. So we're going to play a Fleshraker, and then I think we're going to save the Chalice so next turn it makes 2 spawns. Although I guess that, unfortunately, like... We'll see what we do next turn. We'll see what we draw. We'll see what they do. Looks like they're casting a Sowing Myco spawn instead of casting a Karn here. I guess that it might be K command. So yeah, maybe the Eldrazi Temple would have paid off better this game. They have K command into Karn. Oh, into Stone Rain. Well, taking Temple would have been good. I'll say this. K command is just... It's one of the like the most messed up cards they've ever printed. Okay, I'm not going to play the Chalice when I know they have Karn, but we're probably also not going to be able to win. As a Fervent Champion Joy, any chance we'll see it be relevant in Boros again? I saw you went in with Ragavan and Stoneblade deck over it. Well, I mean, Fervent Champ has like no synergy with the new Steel Cutter card. But yeah, I mean, we'll play it if they print a good equipment that's good with it. The when I was consulting on Assassin's Creed, Spear of Leonidas cost 2, and I was pretty excited for it to cost 2, and you could curve it into Fervent Champ, and they ended up bumping up the cost to 3 after consulting. I did say it would be kind of interesting at 2, so we couldn't have that. Okay, we know they've got the Karn. Let's move on. Right, hard to mulligan, double lab, double imprintable. Had a monograss. We went 3-0 into 3-2. We lost to Neobrand and Storm. I'm not trying to look at any deck list now. A lot of people have been trying to spam them, but I'm just trying to play games today, I think. Interested to see how Dimir matchup goes. I take one of my Ugins. I'm going to play a Coretapper. Pass the turn. So next turn is really good if we draw one of our 7 mana batteries or another imprintable. Or now an Eldrazi Temple to exile the frog. None of that. So I guess we're just gonna go. I guess. Sorry, I should have scry-drawed in response to the trigger. Although maybe I don't know if I would have kept like an imprintable, but I should have given myself the option. There's not really any reason not to. But I want to main phase this because if I draw a mana battery, it's really good with the Coretapper. So I drew a Coretapper. I think it's better to keep the spawn here. Looks like they're paying costs. Might be a Harbinger. They're thinking about it. Bowmaster. Not a lot of respect for Coretapper. And then presumably they're tapped out also. So let's see what we draw. Perfect. Yeah, I think what I want to do here is set myself up to cast Ugin next turn. Now they have the snare, so I don't feel like we're in any longer going to be in a good place to do that. I guess we are actually if I just go exile Psychic Frog makes spawns, but it's also possible that just playing Mystic Forge ends up being better. I think exile Frog makes spawns. Do I have plans to try Dragonfire Blade as well? I mean, it's not a deck I've built yet. Like, I think Dragonstorm it's such an exciting set that there's a lot of cards that I don't think we're going to get to for a while, which is good because sometimes there's not a lot going on. It's always better for more stuff to be going on. But I think if it was a less exciting set, we would probably be playing that card today. But there's just so much going on. Did any work any of those with Ultron lands to try to get Ugin out earlier? Yeah, basically every build I had, it seemed that like not Tron lands was better. But it's early. It's the first day. Like we'll try a Tron build at some point. All right, put Ugin into your hand. Opponent concedes the game. An interesting matchup dynamic. Although they may board in like 10 cards, so we'll see how the games 2 and 3 go. Dice Factory only works if you use Magistrate Scepter. Ugh, I miss Magistrate Scepter. Well, let's keep this. It's a fun hand. We get to go turn 1 Surge Node. Okay, right on time, Devour. And then we get to go Fleshraker into Astral Cornucopia, put a counter on the Cornucopia. If I'm meeting you, I'll sign your Power Conduit. I think against an opponent who is just passing with counter magic up, maybe I'm gonna... Yeah, I think I'm just gonna kind of more slowly level this up. Will I sign your children? No. I have had to say no to signing a few things. Genuine question, how would you approach RCQs in for Modern over the next few weekends? Well, first, I would try to determine how Dragonstorm is going to affect the format, and then try to figure out what the best deck is. So not too dissimilar from how you would approach it any other time, I think, for whatever that's worth. We think of Taigam. I want it to work, but nowhere it fits. Well, they apparently errated the only powerful thing you can do with it, which is to like scam an impending Overlord into play. I think this card is just not a Modern playable card. It could be a good Standard card, but it's not a card that I'm excited or interested, I think, to work on in Modern. They have Kaito. Kind of seem like they have Kaito here. think I want to wait a turn on the Devourer because it felt like they had a Kaito. Also, the ability to like maybe double spell next turn is could be kind of good. They changed how impending works because of Taigum. How's it worded now? I just if you copy an impending spell, it okay, good read, Spike. If you copy an impending spell, then the copy enters with impending, is what chatters have told me today. I haven't actually confirmed this for myself. I've looked at the Phoenix list. Looked at Phoenix with Glacier with Siege. I don't think I'm very likely to play any Sieges with Phoenix. I'm kind of likely to play Winter Night Stories, though. I love when an opponent is just, for sure, not ghosting. Four cards in our opponent's hand here. So this cut off all my colorless mana, since I drew Astral Cornucopias and not Everflowing Chalices. In fact, I'm even going to save these Surge nodes for Everflowing Chalice. But let's just get in with the Devourer, since in 2 turns this is going to force some chump blocks. I've got enough life points to put some pressure on my opponents here. They got 4 cards in their hand. Imagine drawing an Ugin. So, kind of interesting this Coretapper can be a lethal attacker. Can't attack with it this turn. Yeah, more like core attacker. Murktide would be a 7/7. So we do get to... So they can't attack with the Murktide, otherwise they're dead on the crackback because of my tapper. Which is kind of fun. Oh, whoops. I guess it doesn't really matter, but I meant to target a Cornucopia. I guess I could have moved the counter over. 3rd lethal attacker. Got the Alpha Strike next turn. We're dead to a Bowmaster, and we're dead to them exiling another card from their graveyard. That's an instant or sorcery. Seems a bit easier. I mean, Bowmaster's 1 card. The other have to be 2 for the other one. Okay. I feel like that was not the best concession. I wasn't 100% attacking there. All right, mulliganing on the play. So we're on the play, not the draw. However, we have a functional 0 land hand. A kind of functional 0 land hand. I think I'm just keeping on the play here. In the blind. It's a fun one. All right, put the Saga on top. Yeah, we 3-0'd with the other Ugin build. We lost to 2 combo decks. I probably would have mulliganed this hand on 7, but just keep on 6 on the play and the blind. Happy to keep this against Boros. Wonder if Boros changes a lot in the new metagame. Everflowing Chalice just a bit better to have colorless mana instead of colored mana in the stack, funny enough. Alright, so tick this up. I could cast a Mystic Forge, or I could make a Saga token. I think I want to cast the Mystic Forge. Let's go ahead and delete that one. Has Boros ever changed a lot? It did when Ring Giganta Raptor got banned. Although maybe you could even say that it didn't change a lot. Changed some. So they tutor up an Ocelot Pride with the Ranger Captain. I feel like there's a good chance they'll sack the Ranger Captain, which is kind of nice because my payoffs are creatures here. Wasn't that only 8 cards? 9 cards, but 9 cards is a lot. sometimes I wonder what people think like a big difference in decks are, because like sometimes like I'll play a list that's inspired by somebody else, but I'll end up changing like 20 cards from it, and people are like, isn't this the same deck? And like, I don't really think so, but I think it's kind of an interesting conversation. Another one, huh? Yeah, I guess we'll wait on the Mystic Forge tap, because if they like Static Prison this, we'll want to leave this on top, and if they don't, we'll want to tap it. I'm playing 4 White Orchins main and 4 Molten Rain in my Boros list, but doesn't feel like enough against these Eldrazi Tron decks. Try main decking the Molten Rains for a bit, maybe. Just like play that as your 3-drop. Could also splash blue for consign in the board. I have I also have a Boros Blink deck that I'm kind of optimistic about. I'm not going to be blocking that. I have the Paradox Engine. Can I cast the Paradox Engine? Looks like I can't cast it right now. Okay, we'll do a little bit of raking, I guess. Is the Pauper exploration over? I mean, maybe not forever, but for now it is, yeah. Alright, so 3 mana after this, plus a Mystic Forge tap. Alright, 4 mana. This is mana neutral. Or it's +1, because no, mana neutral. Like I can make another mana by tapping it, but that costs a mana to make the mana. Hence mana neutral. Should I exile stuff with this maybe? It's kind of close, because if I scry draw, like maybe I could really pop off, but also if I exile this Ajani, it's going to be pretty tough for them to beat me. I also maybe get them to a point where they have to like block my construct token, which could be good. Okay. They're at 9, yeah, so let's just make them chump block. It's not going to be very different attacking or blocking here. $12 life. They got 4 cards in their hand. I guess if they have like a Johnny Bombardment, they could kill me, but beyond that, it's going to be kind of tough. I posted Pauper Leagues to YouTube. I mean, I imagine they'll make it up, but I have an editor who handles all the posting. I don't think I'm dead to this Flage. They do get to double jump now. They target the Fleshraker though. But now I should have enough mana to combo off with Paradox Engine. They still play Wrath Post board, could be tough. Yeah, some of these Wrath draws can be pretty bad. Is Ugin the only new card in the deck? Yeah. There wasn't, like, you know, that's kind of the nature of Tarkir, right? There was one really, really good colorless card, and the rest of the set is multicolored. It's kind of weird. Okay, take 7. 5 life points to untap Mystic Forge with, which, you know, does not make this a completely deterministic combo, or, you know, as deterministic as it could be. I guess also I don't have another spell to cast after Paradox Engine. Okay, we may need to do something else. I don't have a Shadow Spear. All right, so I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 mana. 3, 4, 5, 6, wait, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 mana, sorry. which is still too short of going Paradox Engine plus Devourer. Only 14 lands in the deck, 2 in a row is kind of a little unlucky. We're probably just going to Ensnaring Bridge. I know everyone's going to be like, bridge, but just give me a second. Yeah, I don't see a better line. Dead to Static Prison, dead to Goblin Bombardment. I guess actually not anymore that they chump blocked. Dead to Flage plus Bolts. Isn't nice having Platinum Angel on sideboard. We'd be dead to basically all the cards I just listed. I'd say no, Platinum Angel isn't very good, no. Didn't we have 12 mana with the tokens? I mean, I counted the tokens. I'll say if you counted yourself and you got to 12, we could reassess. But if you just heard me say I have 10 mana and then you counted the tokens after hearing me say 10, then that's probably not a good way to do it. What's my verdict on the Mono Red Monument deck? There are 2 good finishes and challengers. I think the deck's good. I think it's one of the better aggro decks in the format. I think it might actually be better than Hollow One, but you need a lot more reps to like really understand that completely, probably. I don't think you counted the mana to activate Surge Node. Yeah, I think that's probably what they were missing. Okay, so this will buy them a turn. Although I'll probably be playing a big Ballista. Just go ahead and fire off the node activations. Definitely not going to be tapping the Mystic Forge. So we can play 7 Power Ballista, which might let me beat a Static Prison. I guess yes, because it's exactly enough. Wait, yeah, it's exactly enough to kill the cats and the 2 guides, and then I could just block these, and I would go to 1. So I would be dead to Static Prison plus Flage. Now, Ballista this turn does mean I can't Paradox Engine next turn, but I think that's okay, me being at 3 life. So here's a Flage, which means I am dead next turn. Maybe. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe this is a mistake. Ugin gains 3 life if I find Ugin. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to... Oh, maybe I should have killed the guides. Or I should have killed the Pride. That was too much life to give them. Okay, we win. Or I should say, hard to imagine that this doesn't win. Yeah, only I guess we have 15 lands. I think I said 14. That's still a lot of lands in a row. Okay, K command for 19. Okay, just gonna bottom land. Bottom land. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to get... I guess it's not really that complicated. I just put the Fleshrakers on top, and then I put all the colorless spells underneath. Although by doing that, like, we'll just do the... guess Karn's underneath Ugin's. I don't know if that makes that much sense or it really matters. They're dead. Just the zeros gonna go underneath the Glaring Fleshrakers. What is this? What was that Urza Saga doing just chilling there? Now they're at 37. Each colorless spell I do deals them 4, and I got a 7 Power Ballista. Zero mana, deal 4 damage, make 3 mana. Not a bad card. Could we have exiled Flage? There's like no chance that was better than this. We just kind of can't lose if we scry draw on the spot. We can use all the extra damage to pump Ballista. That won't end up being better than just casting Karn, I think, and going off with that. Also, I'm gonna... I guess one reason... maybe we should have put an Ugin higher, because then we could have exiled their board, although... And then the Ugins also are just going to gain a 6 life this turn. Oh, also the Coretapper's deal extra damage. Yeah, they're just going to be dead before you even get to an Ugin. Yeah, they're already at 7. We have a 7/7 Ballista in play. Listen, I have a 7/7 Ballista. They can concede at any time. I'm going to cast this Ugin. Basically a Devourer of Destiny. Alright, up a game. Running it back. Where did their life go? Glaring Fleshraker deals them a damage each time a colorless trigger or colorless creature enters. So every time you cast a colorless spell, you get 2 tokens, which each deal 2 damage, which is 4 damage each. Still don't like Portent in the turns deck. Play 2 for a Battlefield Crazy. I mean, it's just a very high variance card. Alright, let's try to Devour into a mana battery for turn 2 Ugin. I think this is possibly a turn 2 Ugin. I maybe need to miscount or recount. So it would be 2 plus basically 3 from the Coretapper. So I guess we would be 1 short for the turn 2 Ugin. If we even found the mana battery. We do find it. So I guess maybe what I should do then is imprint Ugin so I can play Devour because it's an Eldrazi. Seems probably correct. Although I guess all of this does bank on the Coretapper surviving. I think that's fine. I'll be maybe sad if... no, let's see. Ugin, the only answer to Stony Silence. To like a lesser extent, like Fleshraker kind of answers it. If that makes... I don't know if you want to think about it like that, but I kind of do. You also have Karn for Cityscape Leveler, but it's a bit harder to cast, of course. All right. So pretty good start for our opponent on the play here. We've had a good start as well, of course. Do you play any non-Ugin builds so far? Not yet, but we'll get to that after this league. I think I'm going to start off with my Boros. I think I would try to play Boros Steelcutter and then the Teamer Dragonclaw deck today, but it's possible I get gassed after less than that. So we're going to go Spawns, exile their cat. This Voice of Victory card, I do not understand people putting in their Boros deck. But maybe I'm missing something. Mobilize 2, so when you attack, you make 2 1/1s. Okay. Let's kind of go with this Ocelot Pride, I guess. Then they don't have Kitty's Blessing, which is good. Okay, so let's go. Return Ugin to our hands. Cast Ugin. Exile Guide of Souls. I think we just go make mana, cast Karn. Exile Ocelot Pride. Grab a Tormod's Crypt, a bit more utility than a Ballista or a Chalice on 0. Sorry, new card. Dade with the 51 months. Thank you, welcome back. Appreciate you. Your turn. Pretty good. Pretty good. The new Ugin seems to be doing exactly what we expected to do, which is terrifying. Unfortunately, it seems to be doing exactly what it seemed everybody thought it would do. Who could have predicted this? I'm going to plus 2/9 loyalty. Surge Node getting its revenge for people saying it's not a top 100 modern 1-drop. I don't think I'm going to devour this cat here. That's illegal, and I'm just going to make a construct token. Yeah, I don't know why the loyalty on this card is... I don't know why it pluses to 9 loyalty. Ugin will get banned 100% calling it. I don't think it makes a lot of sense to ban Ugin over Ugin's Lab or K-Commands, but... We have 6 months before the next modern ban list announcement can possibly happen, so there's no point in ever talking about it, I guess. I also don't really know why they did that. Like, just give yourself the out if you need to ban something. There's not really any reason to declare that you'll ban nothing for 6 months. You can, I think it would have been fine if they had said that, or like internally planned for that to be the case. Oh, also, when you ultimate the Ugin, you win because you just get all your Fleshrakers. You just get all your Fleshrakers and they kill your opponent. Did I say 6 months? I did say 6 months. Yeah. If you think if K command is removed, Ugin's lost problem. Yeah, the K command is like your main way that you cast it on turn 3. There's like a pretty good chance it wouldn't even be like particularly problematic, but oh, whoops. I did mean to not attack yet, but that's okay, I guess. What did we lose to? We lost to another Eldrazi deck. I think I need one more spell after the Everflowing Chalice. Alright, that's one more spell. It's kind of cool that this is like also it's like a very much a hybrid value combo deck. Yeah, Burn could be good. I think Burn has been good against Eldrazi, although this new Ugin sure does gain life. Yeah, Ugin Storm, the modern's newest deck. Okay. Guess we'll get another 4-1 prediction going. So we can go turn 1 Surge Node, Chalice, Mox Opal, activate the Surge Node, and then turn 2 get off a moderately sized K command. Seems like a keep to me. I could also this turn play. I could also play Power Conduit this turn by just cashing in the second Opal, which should be worth it because it's basically +2 mana next turn. Don't force. Don't force. Thank you. Your turn. All right, so next turn, before we Surge Node, this will tap for 3. Then we'll Surge Node, so it'll be basically equal, so 3, 4, 6. So K command for 4 next turn. No! Thoughtseize Bug! Thoughtseize Bug, come on! Come on, Thoughtseize Bug! Thoughtseize Bug. Thoughtseize Bug. Okay, close enough. Close enough. I don't know if my opponent can beat me just having a Cityscape Leveler. Can I cast it next turn? 5, 6, 7. So not quite. I can if I draw a land. I guess I'll just grab the Mystic Forge here. Can we just prowess the Ugin gamers? Yeah, we've got some prowess builds we can start playing. I have like a kind of a Ponza E deck with the new dragon, which may be too slow, but I want to start playing that once people get their hands on Ugins. Okay, so in an effort to resolve Mystic Forge, I guess what I'm going to do is just get Coating. Can never find the Coating. I don't know what that's about. What's wrong with my brain? So Karn down. I'm starting to think Tarkir Dragon's Storm is cool. I think so. I think it's cool. There's a lot of nice stuff going on. Okay. Fair enough. You got a Force of Negation? That was rhetorical, by the way. All right, let's keep that K command on top. Pass back. Yeah, we cut the Gemstone Caverns wasn't supposed to be there. I thought I cut it, and I did cut it for the league. We'll make that change in the Mox field. Oh, Kaito. Upkeep command. There's not really much reason to upkeep. It's like there's not really any reason to upkeep even, I think. 3. Okay, wow. Because I hit this Everflowing Chalice, I can combo off with Paradox Engine. Oh, that's Coating. Okay, so we're going to remove a charge counter from the Karn and put a charge counter on the Everflowing Chalice. And then we just cast Paradox Engine, then we cast Mox Opal, we untap all of our mana, and then we win the game. Although we could get Force of Negation, but you'd think that if they had Force, the Karn would have been got, right? We could maximize some of the mana generation here. It seems a little bit unnecessary to me. In fact, they will concede to Ugin here. Do you want a sideboard defense grid for this matchup? It's my current impression that this matchup is not very losable, but like you also wouldn't really want to Karn for defense grid that often. Where if your Karn is resolved, your opponent probably doesn't have counter magic. I've never read so many cards in my life. Alright, going to game 2. While my opponent's sideboards, I'm going to use the restroom. I'm going to play some non-Ugin after this. Alright, this is a pretty nice hand. Let's keep. Happy birthday to me. New Ugin on turn 3. Okay, interesting. So we get to go turn 2 Fleshraker into Opal Chalice on 0 plus Coretapper, and then the Opal can tap for mana. I can play Mystic Forge next turn. Cast a frog. Cast a frog. Dothi. Yeah, me and Caleb. Okay, same. Second temple is third temple. Yeah, me and Caleb have the same birthday. I also have the same birthday as my twin sister and as my cousin. Okay, card on top from Sewers. Of course, your twins. Yeah, it's kind of the joke, I guess. Alright, I suppose into this open mana we will be commanding here. Yeah, like a real Splinter Twin gamer, I'm actually live the lifestyle of Twin. Some fake Twin gamers didn't even share the womb with anybody. Fake gamers. Alright. Let's keep this Ugin. That card's pretty good. Jamming the Fleshraker. They might have a fatal push. Uh-oh. No, opponent! Crack your Delta! Crack your Delta! Should I say this? Is that bad? I think they were just murderous cutting, actually. Oh, they're just member. Okay, okay. Yeah, I think we just play this on 0, then cast a Coretapper. If this resolves, we'll probably cast a 4-drop. We'll just see. They do kind of obviously have a counter spell, so maybe. Yeah, I think with them just having counter magic, I think playing just one more spell doesn't make a lot of sense, especially when the Coretapper does net me an extra mana if I wait a turn. Just make them take a move here. Okay, Snare in the yard. A little late to the hand, huh? Got 9 life points only over there. A non-token creature. Well, I will be sacrificing a non-token creature of my choice. Okay, so my Metalcraft is offline for these 2 cards. I can still cast an Ugin next turn. Do you have a favorite card of all time? My favorite card is Jade Avenger, I think. Modern Powerhouse. What if they scoop to this hand? Okay, it takes Karn. 3 cards in hand. Well, yeah, they had to take one of the 4-drops, otherwise they get to resolve something this turn, possibly. So maybe their hand is like Consign and Counterspell. No, they would just always Counterspell, so I don't know. Yeah, I'm not sure what they're thinking about here. Inventors Fair is online now. Polluted Delta. Passing the turn. So we're probably just gonna like crack Inventors Fair for another Mystic Forge end of turn. Unless we draw something. I don't know. Oh, well. This something sure doesn't make me want to main phase anything. This seems like they have a single counterspell. So you're reading into them taking a long time here as general weakness. So I'm not going to sack the spawns to play around Consign, but I'm just going to go ahead and... to me, it seems like they have subtlety, and they thought I was just going to jam the Ugin. And then that's why they held the Consign. Although you think they would have maybe thought to use the Forge instead of the Karn so they could subtlety. I don't know. Do I want this Fleshraker? Seems fine. Well, they didn't have a Consign, so... Play some more of this stupid card. Yeah, to those who have been like, Ugin's gonna get banned, it's like, okay, command. If they were gonna ban one, again, we have 6 months before they'll ban anything in Modern. It would be this one, I think. This is the dumb card. Ugin's kind of dumb too, but it's a little bit of a different dumb. I mean, also if they can sign this, we can't lose, which is good. All right, let's take the Fleshraker and the Karn and not the Saga. Saga would be fine, though. This trigger resolves. Imagine if my opponent overloads Break the Ice next turn and it doesn't matter at all. How locked in are they that promise? I don't know. I don't know why they made that promise. Like, it doesn't make any sense. You could just internally have that strategy that you would like to not ban anything in Modern at the next BNR because of our CQ season. That seems totally fine to me. But to like, but why would you back yourselves into that corner? I still don't get it. Imma's made something on the... Oh, wait. Carmen, right? If something new comes out and is very much broken, it's possible we still take action. The bar is just fairly high. We're still committed to creating a world in which people can confidently build, acquire cards, or excuses. Okay, that's good. That's good. Again, it just doesn't seem like something they had to say. Or like they could have phrased it a little differently, but I'm glad that she said that. But this is kind of it too. It's like to say we were not going to do it and then come out and go like, this is exactly the problem with what I'm trying to get at. To go, we're not going to do something, but we might do it if something's a problem. Just don't ever commit yourself like this if you don't have to. Like there's just no upside was my point. But I'm glad she clarified. So they do have subtlety back into their hand, so they could possibly subtlety this. How big a ballista would I need to kill them? A 3/3 ballista? It's a little annoying. Let's just grab the card that definitely wins the game. Seems like a good strategy to me. Well, I guess we could cast the Ugin instead. It's kind of the same thing as this leveler. Maybe... Yeah, I guess maybe this could have been done a bit better. Because now they go to 4, and then I could have got Ballista X equals 2 for the win. Seems still impossible to lose as a good thing here. Yeah, you can play 14 mana spells with Arcanist. I mean, no Sundering Titan Fleshraker stuff. Well, they thought seems to be, and they knew I have Ugin, so it seems pretty fine. Oh, and now they have Revolt for Fatal Push. Okay, okay. Alright, you've got no cards in your hand. Go ahead, take a turn. Take a turn. That's fine. GG, mate. What a disaster. Ah, the reviews for Ugin are out. GG's. What a disaster. Okay. So let's move into some non-Ugin gaming. I want to start with my Boros Steel Cutter list. This one is really weird and experimental, but I want to start with it because